Hello everybody, it's Miss Beck here and welcome to today's assembly. I am very excited to be doing today's assembly with you because it's a very special day. Today is Safer Internet Day. So what is Safer Internet Day? This is a day celebrated across the globe in over 170 countries, with thousands of children joining in across the UK, at home and in schools. And it's a day when we can celebrate all the great things about being online and remind ourselves how we can stay safe. Now, there are lots of different ways that you can use the internet. It's also called going online. It means the same thing. So I wonder if you or anyone in your house has ever used one of these to go online. Have you played on an iPad or tablet? Used a computer or laptop? Watched a TV show or video on Netflix, Amazon Prime, BBC iPlayer? Have you ever asked a smart speaker to do something like Alexa or Google Home? Have you played with other people in an online game? Maybe you've used a phone to chat with your family or play a game or watch a video or find something out. Maybe you or your adults in your house might have used a smartwatch to count how many steps you've done. I do that every day. I make sure that I'm getting all my exercise in using my smartwatch. So, I wonder what you like to do online. There are some pictures here to give you some ideas. Maybe you like to look at photos online that people in your family have shared. Listen to your favourite songs. Find out information about your favourite thing, maybe about a new dinosaur that's been discovered. I wonder if you can think of any more with the people around you. You might talk to your brothers and sisters. You might talk to the grown-ups in your house. What do you like to do online? So this year for Safer Internet Day, we're looking at information online and whether we can trust everything that we read or see on the internet. I wonder, do you think that everything you see online is true? Give me a thumbs up if you do, or a thumbs down if you think there might be some things online that aren't true. Although there is lots of great information online that's useful and trustworthy, it's important to remember there's also information online that's not so trustworthy, might even try to confuse us. So we're going to read a story all about a duck called Digiduck, who loves to go online. It's called Detective Digiduck, and it's all about using the internet to find things out. So let's begin our story. Detective Digiduck. There he is with his magnifying glass looking for clues. School had nearly finished for the year, and Digiduck had one last project. His teacher, Mrs. Goose, had asked the class to find out about animals that live in the forest. Digiduck knew his parents had friends in the forest, but he'd never been. Forests were a mystery. He needed to rush though. Crazy Cat and Footy Fox were on his family farmyard games team, and they were so close to winning. If he could do this quickly, they could still play before bedtime. He searched online for forest animals. There were so many websites to choose from, but one picture caught his attention straight away. Perfect, he said happily. Digiduck discovered that a deer's antlers are the fastest growing body part of any animal in the world, and once they start growing, they don't stop. Goodness me, look how tall these antlers are on this deer. Doves travel for thousands of miles when they migrate and are happiest in cold weather. Ooh, look at his lovely bobble hat. All dragons can fly and breathe fire. They live in the deepest, darkest forests. That's incredible, said Digiduck. He looked at the clock. Crazy Cat would still be online. Game time! Later that week, when Mrs. Goose returned his work, he was surprised. "Oh no!" he exclaimed. "I wonder where I went wrong. I wonder, do you know where Digiduck went wrong?" He arrived home feeling glum, but was soon cheered up when he saw that Wise Owl was visiting. He was a good friend and had helped Digiduck before. "I don't understand," said Digiduck, showing them his work. "The website I chose had lots of information and fantastic pictures. I thought they were all facts. How can I tell the difference?" "Something is only a fact if you can prove or show that it is true," explained Wise Owl. "Like the fact that all birds have beaks. We can see that. We know it's true. Look here, we've got a beak on a flamingo, a beak on a chicken, a beak on an owl, a beak on a duck." So, if I said that all birds have 8 legs, that's not a fact. I know it's untrue because I am one, replied Digiduck. How many legs does Digiduck have? He has 2. Precisely, says Wise Owl. Also, the things that you read or see online might just be ideas that people have. I could say on the internet that Brave Bat is the best superhero, but you might think that Daring Duck is better. We can't say who's right or wrong because they're our opinions or feelings that we have. To check if something is a fact, you have to be a detective, Digiduck, and look for information or clues in other places too. That must be why he's got a magnifying glass to look for clues. Digiduck leapt up enthusiastically. "Detective Digiduck on the case!" He quickly stopped in his tracks. "Hang on, where else are we going to look for information?" "I'm going to teach you 3 things that you can do to help decide if what you found on the internet is a fact or not. We'll use a different one for each forest animal," explained Wise Owl. "We'll video call one of the animals, we'll chat with your parents, and we'll look on another website too." "This is going to be amazing," yelled Digiduck. "Please, can we call the dragon first, please?" "We'll save the dragon for later. But we'll call my friend Big Buck first. No one knows more about being a deer than a deer himself." The call connected, and a magnificent stag appeared on screen. His antlers were quite unexpected, though. "Hi!" waved Digiduck. "The internet says that your antlers grow really fast and never stop, but now I'm not so sure." "Our antlers grow remarkably fast," said Big Buck proudly. "That part's true. But we shed them in the spring and they grow again in the summer. Look how much shorter these ones are than the ones that we saw on the picture." "Wait, they come off?" quacked Digiduck, turning a little pale. "It's okay," chuckled Big Buck. "They're meant to, and it doesn't hurt a bit." They returned to the project over dinner. "Mummy Duck, can you tell us anything about doves?" asked Wise Owl. "I know that doves are truly extraordinary flyers. It won't be long before our friends think about heading off again." "Where to?" asked Digiduck. "The internet said they like cold places." "Well, not all doves are the same, but some fly an exceptionally long way to get to warmer places, and this migration lasts many months." "Oh, the stories they tell," replied Mummy Duck wistfully. "Oh, they do look like they're having a nice time on holiday in this nice warm place. No bobble hats and scarves there." "Right, Detective, what have you learnt so far?" asked Wise Owl. Digiduck studied his notebook. "To check the information you find online, you need to talk about it with an adult. You might even know an expert who can help too." "Very good," replied Wise Owl. "That just leaves the dragon." "Oh, I can't wait," said Digiduck, hopping excitedly. "Before we start, it's useful to ask yourself some questions about what you've discovered online. There might be things that you already know that can help. A good detective thinks really carefully about the clues to decide what the facts are. What do you know about dragons so far? Asked Wise Owl. The website said they can fly and breathe fire, replied Digiduck. Have you, or anyone you know, ever seen a dragon? Wise Owl asked kindly. I've seen a dragon fly before, but not a flying dragon. I don't think anyone I know has seen one of those. Oh, look at this lovely little dragonfly. I wonder if you've seen one by a pond too. Have you seen any other photographs, videos, or news reports about dragons in your books, on TV, or anywhere online? Oh, this is called a Komodo dragon, and it is a real animal, but it can't fly and it doesn't breathe fire, so it's probably not the kind of dragon that Digiduck was thinking about. I watched a video about Komodo dragons. They're actually the biggest lizards in the world. There are fire-breathing dragons in my bedtime stories, but lots of made-up things happen there too. Digiduck sat quietly, considering the clues in his mind. After a while, he said with a little sigh, I think dragons might not be real. I'm afraid they aren't, comforted Wise Owl. The information you found about dragons was untrue. They only live in made-up stories. But what terrific stories they are! Wise Owl and Digiduck searched online for a different animal to complete his project. The family farmyard had lots of interesting forest facts, and Digiduck also checked a website that Mrs. Goose had shown them. On the last day of term, the children were bursting with excitement. As a special treat, Mrs. Goose had arranged a picnic lunch at the forest school. So Digiduck got to go to the forest after all and maybe see some of the animals that he'd been learning about. So, I wonder, can you remember the 3 things that Wise Owl taught Digiduck to do to check what he'd found out? Talk about it with the people around you. What did you have to do? So you had to talk to a grown-up who knows about it. You could talk to your mummy or daddy or another grown-up in your house. And you could look at a few different websites and some books to see, is it really true or is it something that somebody has made up? I wonder, can you think of 5 adults that you could trust to help you if you had a problem online? If you weren't sure if you could trust something online, who could you ask for help? Can you think of 5 different people? They could be in your family. They could be at school. They could be other grown-ups that you trust. And if anything online worried or confused you, how would you ask for help? What could you say? Have a little think. Maybe you could say to a grown-up, I'm not sure about this website. Can you check it for me? You might say, this makes me a little bit worried. Can I talk to you about it? And you might say, I think I need some help with this on the internet. I'm not sure what to do. And the grown-ups that you talk to won't be cross at all. They'll want to help you to make sure that we're safe and we can learn the right information online. So, I'm going to set you a little challenge. I wonder, could you use the internet to find out something new about a forest animal? Maybe you could learn about one of the animals on this picture. And I want you to use Wise Owl's tips to check your facts. Ask a grown-up who might know about them. You could ask somebody in your family, and you could check a book or a different website to make sure your fact is true. So, thank you for listening so carefully to my story today. And I hope that you have a really great Safer Internet Day and that you think about all the wonderful ways we can be online and also how to make sure that we keep ourselves safe and we can trust what we see and read. Bye!